That change can start with us, right? That change starts with each of us, and that doesn't mean agreeing with or allowing harmful behavior from the other side, but it does mean not holding so rigidly onto the labels of which side we're on and seeing each other as fellow sentient beings. A story about a man who always sort of famously turned up to different disputes between groups, wearing clothes that fashioned the symbols and slogans from both sides of the dispute. And so he'd turn up to a game of sports wearing the colours and logos of both sides. And where there were feuding families and towns, he'd turn up wearing emblems of both conflicting nations. You know, he'd wear the flags of both, and political rallies, the same sort of thing. And the story goes, you know, that he'd refuse to stand with one side or the other. So he'd always wear both sides proudly, and always kind of caused a bit of a stir, you know, a bit of commotion with that, creating some confusion among others and upsetting people who, you know, didn't think that they fit any one line. And he was asked, one day he was asked by a boy, you know, isn't it confusing always wearing both sides? You know, who are you really? Who are you really when it comes down to it? You know, essentially, how do you know who you are? Are you a liberal? Are you this or are you that? If you don't sit with any one side, who are you? And the man smiles and turns to the boy and sort of echoing Shakespeare in a sense, you know, says life is like a play and we're all actors and we're all wearing different masks, but it's what's beneath the mask that is really important. Beneath the mask, we're all the same. And so beneath these masks is something that we share equally, isn't it? You know, the wish for happiness, for safety, for peace. And so the man says, you know, we must see through the masks to see a harmonious way forward. And so in our lives, and you know, I think we see it more and more with each passing year, the polarity. You know, we often hold very tightly on to these masks that we have, these labels. This side of a political fence, or this national identity, this sports team, this opinion, and so on, whatever it is, you know, you choose your mask. But people seem to cling very, very tightly. And then we're totally divided, totally separate from others. There's no unity, there's no connection, there's no harmony. And even if the other side has a fair point, if they have an interesting opinion or a valuable comment on something, sometimes people are not able to see it because it came from over there, it came from them. And so we have to sort of reject it. And yet it's funny, right? As I often say, these labels change all the time. You might stand alongside someone today on a particular debate or a political side, and you stand with them, united. And then tomorrow you stand opposite them on a totally different topic, and you identify with the topic in the debate of the time. And what happens as we keep doing this, we're always dividing ourselves in this way. And so when we divide ourselves in this way, we lose any sense of cooperation, because we've stuck ourselves in a box, we've put them in a box, and those two boxes don't meet. There's no common ground. But for there to be some harmony in our world, we must look through the masks, right? We must get down to the core, which is that you wish for happiness, safety and peace, and I wish for the same thing. And we may express it differently because of our upbringings, our beliefs and so on, but what's really important, what really matters, is that sense of happiness, safety and peace. And so can we use our wisdom to see beyond the distinctions, and rather than focusing on what divides us, recognize that although yes, that's true on the surface level, what connects us is the desire to be happy and free of suffering. And what connects us is more important than what divides us. Because how different would the world be if the most important thing was not who was right or wrong, but actually how we care for the welfare of all in the best way possible? And there's no perfect solutions, but it would be better to focus on that. And that change can start with us. Right? That change starts with each of us, and that doesn't mean agreeing with or allowing harmful behavior from the other side, but it does mean not holding so rigidly onto the labels of which side we're on and seeing each other as fellow sentient beings. And that includes the label of, I'm not someone who sees labels. because then you've just divided yourself in a different way. And so that can start with a simple question. Is there something you can agree with about the other side, about the other person? Is there something you can admire in the other person, in the other side? And it's a really interesting question. It breaks down the barriers if you're open to it. And I came across a video not too long ago. I didn't see it when it happened, but it was of some political debate between Hillary and Trump. And somebody asked the question, can you tell us one thing that you admire in your opponent? And it was really quite interesting. It cut through a debate that was of quite a bit of animosity. And Trump said something about her sense of tenacity, her sense of never giving up. She always fights for what she believes in. And she said something about, his love for his son or something is something she can admire. And it's through that sense of just recognizing, is there something I can admire, something that is human, something that I can recognize, something that unites us there that I can recognize, that builds a sense of connection. And through that sense of connection, there may be a harmonious way forward. We might find it. But if we don't come to the common ground of either you seek happiness and peace and safety just as I do, or seeing the things that unite us, we won't find a harmonious way forward.